how have you thought about, I guess, investment opportunities, handling your money in the context of cultivating your masculinity? Like, is this something, I know a lot of guys hand it off to their wife. A lot of people sort of tag team it. Some guys do it themselves. Like, how do you think about handling the financial dimension of life in the context of your own masculine development?
So investing money makes me mad. And you and I met because I inadvertently had to go on a journey of investing money. Let me explain why it makes me mad. I love that I'm good at making money.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody who thinks making money and making money investing are the same thing is out of their mind. And once I realized, oh, I have to invest my money because this is a corrupt system where my money is being stolen from me. Then I was like, this is bullshit. I shouldn't have to do this. I don't find it interesting. I do not want to spend time here. I want to be able to put my money in a bank. And if I don't spend $1 million, that 10 years, 50 years from now, that $1 million has the same purchasing power that it has today. And so I would gladly outsource investing to my wife if she were good at it. The bad news is she is not. She has no interest in getting better. She's plenty smart. She might even be better at math than me. But she just does not find it interesting whatsoever. Because I consider myself an artist first, like that's my actual identity. Nobody thinks of me that way. But I got into business so I could control the art. So I went to film school. That was my whole shtick. My sort of innate sense of myself is that of the writer. And so I just want to build businesses so that I can be creative, so that I can bring something into existence that didn't exist before. That's where I want to spend my time and my energy. And I got into investing because when COVID hit, I didn't know what money printing was. So I just heard we're going to be closing a bunch of businesses. And I knew over the course of my life, I've had well over 3,000 employees at this point, and 1,000 of them grew up very hard in the inner cities. They know nothing about money. They know nothing about finances. These are the people that live paycheck to paycheck. I actually had a couple people quit the first time because this was their first real job. Long story why, but I was hiring ex-convicts. And so they'd never really had a straight job before. And so they'd never paid tax before. So they'd never had a tax return before. And so they got their tax return and thought, I am rich. And they quit. And they were just like, oh my God, I've got $3,000. Like, this is crazy. Never had $3,000 in my life. And so they would quit. And I was like,
this was at Quest?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm like, these people are about to get eaten alive by what's about to happen. And so I was like, okay, I want to start doing financial content. And at the same time, I now am like learning about this thing called Web3. And I'm like, oh, this, the blockchain, like this is really interesting. And as a game developer, I was like, hold on, this is going to be revolutionary. So I become obsessed with two things at once, the blockchain and investing money. Now, originally I get into investing money because I think, hey, I'm going to teach these guys the basics of investing in the S&P 500, like the really basic stuff that they can do that's going to protect them and their families, and they're going to be all good. And then I'm looking at the blockchain, which of course leads you to Bitcoin. And then I'm like, wait, hold on. What is money? How does all this work? And then, as no one knows better than you, you begin going down a really rage-inducing rabbit hole. And the more I learned about money, the more I realized, wow, we've created a system that no one's going to be hearing this for the first time. They'll know you so well, this won't land. But please, dear listener of the What is Money podcast, remember the vast, 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 vast majority of the world does not understand that money printing steals money from them. They don't understand it. And as somebody who didn't understand it until like 12 months ago, I empathize. So I believe the only reason that I have to think about, as somebody who's good at making money, the only reason I have to think about investing money is because we've created a system that steals from you. So you have to find a way to reinvest your capital so you can beat the theft.
Right.
That's absurd on its face and at a level that really lights me on fire. So the way that I invest my money is predominantly into things that I can control, the things that I can build. Beyond that, I am not a person that people should take investing advice from, but I'll happily tell people what I do. So what I do is I try to understand the essence of the thing. And so when I look at the essence of the thing, I ask myself, okay, is there a monetary system that has defeated the flaws of the current system that steals from me? That appears to be Bitcoin. And so my biggest single investment by far is in Bitcoin.